AITA for not designing my cousin's wedding dress even though I've designed everyone else's? I am not the original poster. That is you, dress designer drama. She posted in r, am I the asshole? Trigger warning. Mention of domestic violence. Less than. Original post. April 13, 2023. Longtime lurker, first-time poster, and sorry for mistakes. English is not my native tongue. So I, 29F, have designed all the wedding dresses for my cousins, siblings, and aunts for the past decade. When my eldest sister, 35F, got engaged at 24, she asked me to design her dress since I'm passionate about design and she always loved my style. Her dress was a knockout. Everyone loved it, and ever since, whenever one of our relatives announces their engagement, they ask if I can design their dress for them. I've always said yes because I absolutely love doing it, just so much fun. On to the issue. My cousin, 23F, is getting married next February and called me up to see when we could meet so she could share her ideas for her dress and I can start designing it. I do not like this cousin at all. Her parents spoiled her beyond rotten. I decided to still meet with her though and see if anything has changed since she's now an adult. She immediately shows me some photos of wedding dresses by Sarah Burton and tells me she wants something exactly like the pictures. I try to suggest a change in neckline or color and she shuts it down and tell me she wants exactly that. I told her I would not be making her dress as I love designing clothes that embody their wearer and suit them, not rip off others' designers so she can look fancy in a knockoff. Some of my family, and especially her and her parents, are beyond upset and have been blowing up my phone because of broken tradition and my baby cousin's heart because she's been looking forward to having me make her wedding dress for years now. I feel kinda bad, but at the same time she's taking the fun and bonding out of designing a wedding dress. Relevant comments. More info on designing from OOP. So designing the dress is just drawing it. Some designers like myself can also sew the dress after they've designed it. Not all designers can do this. Incentive sewing is another set of skills. Would you have done it if she were using it as an inspiration and not a copy? Yes. If I was designing any aspect of it, like if she wanted the train and neckline from the dress but different sleeves, bodice, skirt and whatnot, I would have had no issues. OOP is voted NTA. Update post. April 26, 2023. So the good news is I managed to set most of my family straight on what happened and they apologized, and a few aunts even sent me chocolate and wine as a proper apology for all the stress I was dealing with. I did Daisy meet with cousin again just to see if she had changed her mind. And if not, I decided to record the conversation to send to a few of the people who couldn't believe my cousin would lie to them. As expected, she was still insisting that I copy the other dress design. I still refused and told her if she wasn't going to budge on this, then I'm leaving. As I started grabbing my stuff, she said fine and asked if would let her have my dress. I was stunned. She started going off that it's her big day and she deserves to look like a princess, and if she can't have the Sarah Burton dress, then the least I could do was let her use my dress since it was never used and just sits in my closet collecting dust. I left and went home to relax and honestly cry after what just happened. As expected, a few members of the family texted me again, upset that I won't let her use my dress. For background, I was engaged back in 2018 but called the wedding off in 2019 for personal reasons I will not discuss. I designed the dress myself and sewed it, but my grandmother added all the little details on it. I'm talking Indian-style wire threading, rhinestone, everything. I couldn't bring myself to get rid of the dress, but I also knew I'd never feel comfortable wearing it again after the engagement ended. My grandma sadly passed away shortly after due to COVID. I did end up gifting the dress to my friend for Christmas. We supported each other during our dark times, and she finally remarried earlier this year, so she wore the dress to her reception. Back to the actual story. My cousin apparently told our family that I was being unfair and that since I didn't feel like designing a dress for her, she asked if she could use mine just for the ceremony so it would feel like she had grandma there with her. And I told her no. I sent the recording I had to everyone who texted me and they were shocked. Most apologized, but a few who I've decided to block still thought I should let her have it since I would never wear the dress. When they found out that I gifted it to someone else, they were even more upset since according to them I clearly wasn't attached to it since I gave it away. And it would have meant more to cousin than to my friend who didn't even know grandma. Like most people suggested, I did go and see with cousin after this. TLDR, cousin decided if I wouldn't steal a design I should give her my dress. Relevant comments. A bit more of OOP's story. No. The mods wouldn't let me put it in my post due to mentions of violence being prohibited in the forum. But I wound up in the hospital because of what my ex-fiancé did to me. The friend I gave the dress to went through a similar ordeal with her ex-husband, which is why it felt right that she have the dress. She got a second chance and so did my dress. I will never fully understand how weddings turn people into monsters. She got a second chance and so did my dress. This sentence touched my heart for some reason. Oops seems like a sweet person. To save you a Google, Sarah Burton designed the wedding dress of the current Princess of Wales. Poor Oop. I'm glad she recorded this brat and exposed her to the family. But it's her big day and we should all kneel and obey, really has to die. A family tradition of one person doing all the work? What are the chances that Oop gets paid for any of it? Materials, labor. There's no way that isn't expensive. On top of the hours it takes to actually do. The last sentence made me cry. Possibly because I'm giving birth tomorrow. I am so glad she got to heal in that way. The friend I gave the dress to went through a similar ordeal with her ex-husband, which is why it felt right that she have the dress. She got a second chance and so did my dress. I'm just gonna focus on this. What a bittersweet but totally heartwarming sentiment that last sentence is. Cousin wanted Kate Middleton's dress. Calling it. So many posts like these where weddings seem to bring out a major sense of entitlement in people. Shout out to the aunties who sent chocolate and wine smiley face. She got a second chance and so did my dress. That's really beautiful and sweet. Thank you for posting OOP's update. I read the original and felt for Oop, but completely missed that she added more. There is a culture around weddings that can get very toxic and allows some entitled people to show their true colors. I'm glad that Oop has blocked some people, set good boundaries for herself and didn't allow herself to be used by her cousin. She handled everything with such grace and I wish her all the happiness and joy life can offer going forward. OOP's baby cousin sounds like an absolutely delightful bridezilla. Would her FH and future in-laws be able to deal with that? Anyways, baby cousin's entitlement is not only her own fault, but all those who overspoiled and kept overlooking her inexcusable behavior. They ought to be ashamed of themselves after Oop explain and let them hear the recording. Best wishes to Oop and her friend who received the wedding dress. This wasn't just an entitled cousin trying to get an expensive dress for free. This was a deliberate, targeted personal attack. She knew Oop wouldn't be willing to recreate the Kate Middleton dress for free, considering how time-consuming it would be. So her real goal was the OOP's failed wedding dress. Like, how disgusting do you have to be to ask for someone's wedding dress after they stopped an engagement due to DV? Like, ignoring how uncouth it is. The bad luck in doing that is off the charts. I love what Op did with her dress. Her ex-fiancé stole something precious by making it so she could never stand to wear the dress she worked on with her grandmother, and she did something beautiful and special with it. I once had someone ask me to make them a dress exactly like a Vera Wang. For $400. Yeah, sure, let me get right on that. I'm really glad for the friend getting to wear such a lovely dress with a nice backstory. I know it's been said before, but I truly don't understand how people can be so willing to insert themselves into something they're not involved in solely so they can berate someone. She got a second chance, and so did my dress. This right here, ladies, is the highest form of sisterhood. So bold, so honest and kind all the same. IDK, that last sentence made my heart warm.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.